Hey guys, welcome to the Tarts 37. I'm reviewing this, which is the Spinmaster Wave 3 Armored Batman. I think this is Wave 3. I'm kind of confused at Spinmaster's waves because they've been kind of releasing a lot of them. I think Wave 3 and 4 are going back to back, so it's kind of confused me a little bit. But regardless, this is the new Armored Batman, and we got a nice clear view in the box, and we have Batman written there, and on the back, we have what we've come accustomed to. We have the new missions for this new series, and then if you open this up, you have Batman fighting Talon as the trading card. And I'm going to be honest, I don't really keep these trading cards, but I do think they're kind of cool. And let's take a look at the mystery accessories. So the first one is this, which is like this silver, like, Batarang attached with, like a chainsaw as for, like, an arm glove. That's actually a kind of cool accessory, I don't think I've seen this one before, so that's kind of neat. I always like this mystery accessory concept, even if I don't really use these accessories. I just think it's great that Spinmaster kind of, like, promises you free with each figure. And this one is not wanting to open. There we go. So, then we get two pairs of green gauntlets, which are pretty cool. These aren't really bat-specific, so they could probably be used with other characters, but they do look pretty neat, and I like the details on them. And then lastly, for our third and final, it appears to be, what is this? Another bat. Wow, this is actually cool. Another bat gauntlet. So many gloves, like literally. This was all gloves. But what's really cool is this actually has like 3 Batarangs attached to it, and it's got some of that really nice marbling that we've seen on this this wave with kind of like the black mixed in with the different color schemes. So I actually really like the look of this. This is cool. And it's kind of silver. It kind of look metalish with that. So yeah. And what's up with that Batman? And here we have the new Armored Batman. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is actually the first new sculpt Spinmaster has done for Batman, because they've done 2 primary sculpts. One, which is like the standard Rebirth Batman, which keeps getting repainted, and then they've done the armored version, which also has been repainted a couple times. I think they made a version that came with the remote control Batmobile that was like static and didn't move, or it had limited articulation. But I think as far as it goes, this is the first real new sculpt we've seen, but considering like this entire toy line debuted this year, I don't really mind them for reusing sculpts or, coming out with new sculpts. I just think it's pretty cool in general that they're able to put out this much in their first year. But yeah, let's take a look at. For starters, you'll notice like too, with this armored suit, while I kind of like the design of the other one better, this one is a lot bulkier. And, the other one looked cool, but it was kind of like more slimmed down, whereas this one looks like really heavy, like he's really going to fight someone a lot bigger than him. And that's perfect for this Creature Chaos line, because there's a lot of characters like King Shark and Killer Croc, so it definitely kind of makes it look more realistic, so I like that concept. One thing you'll also notice about the figure is he has like this brownish wash to him that almost makes his suit look like it's kind of rusting. And kind of in a cool way. It's kind of like a little bit dirty. You can notice here, like, some areas are like gunmetal gray or silver, and then like over here with the bat symbol, you have like this copper wash. Again, kind of like rust or battle damage going across it, which is cool. And you have the neat rebirth type black yellow symbol. And then you have that over here on the shoulders. And then the bat gauntlets just look really awesome. I really like the sculpt that they've done here. And then the helmet itself looks pretty cool. It reminds me of the one from Batman v Superman, but it has these weird like little circles on the side of it. Either way, it's pretty cool. And the cape is kind of long. It looks to be the same kind of like cape style, but still. You do have the hole, so if you want to like put him on a jetpack or something, you can. The belt would have been neat if they painted it, but to be honest, like a bright yellow paint like on this belt would have probably kind of made it look weird compared to the rest of the suit. And then moving down like this almost looks more mechanical, kind of like almost like an Iron Man suit, and it just looks pretty neat. You have these things here, which I don't really know how to describe them, almost kind of looks like handles. And then you have, again, more of that wash. You can see like all the screw detailings. The sculpt on this is very nice. And then you have some treads on his feet, which are pretty cool because most toy companies do not do treads. I mean, like, treads aren't something I really care about. I know a lot of people do, but for me, it's not that important, but it is pretty nice when you see a toy company do that when they don't have to. And in terms of articulation, you got a 360 of the head. You can look up and down, sort of. You got a 360 of the arm, swinging out at the shoulder. It's a little stiff. You got bendability at the elbow and a 360 at the elbow. Nothing at the torso. The legs look forwards, backwards, and outwards, and you have a 360 joint there, and you have bendability at the knee, and you have a 360 at the knee. To be honest, the only really bits of articulation I would like to see them add to these figures is maybe wrist articulation, feet articulation, and torso articulation. And to be honest, even if they don't do that, I think these are pretty well articulate for their price point anyways. That's just something I would like to see them do in the future. Not something I think they necessarily have to do. So here's Batman with the green claws. I'm going to be honest, these don't really fit the suit that well, but they do look pretty cool. The paper says that this is the rare version of Batman, the one that comes with these, but I'm going to be honest, I have a really hard time understanding how the Spinmaster rare cycle works, because it's really complicated how they do it on the papers, but this is apparently the rare version of Batman, so if so, that's pretty cool. And yeah, I think these gloves are kind of neat. I'm not really going to use them, but I think they're neat. And like I said, I like how Spinmaster kind of like promises you free accessories with each figure. I think that's neat. And moving on to these real quick. And then these. And I'm not going to lie, these look so awesome attached to the figure. Like you have this chainsaw arm for Batman, and then you have these free Batarangs, kind of like almost Wolverine type claws. And you can see what I was talking about too, about the marbling there. It just looks so good. I love that marbling effect they're doing. I don't know if that's technically called marbling or not, but they're putting these little specks in there and they just look so awesome. And yeah, like this really matches the figure too, like this kind of style. You know, this is a heavy artillery Batman, so he's got a chainsaw for an arm. He's got 3 Batarangs on this one. It just looks really cool. And like I mentioned, you know, I like that Spinmaster's not being greedy. They're giving you accessories because in my opinion, that was one of Mattel's biggest flaws. They did not like to ever do accessories. I don't think that's what necessarily put them in the ground, or at least with their DC stuff anyways, but I would definitely say that was one of the things that hindered them. So I like that Spinmaster is not taking that approach. And lastly, I just want to show off a comparison between this and some of the other characters. Here we have this Batman with the armored Batman that came out earlier in the year. I believe this was the Rebirth Tactical Armor Batman. I'm not 100% sure because I know they've used this sculpt a couple times, and I have like 3 versions of this sculpt, but I believe this was the original release, the Rebirth Tactical. If I'm wrong about that, which I may be, I apologize, but either way, I felt this was a pretty good sculpt, and I still think it's a good sculpt. I just think this one's a lot bulkier, and I'm going to be honest, you know, like if Batman's going to fight King Shark, even though this is cool looking, and this is kind of like something he might wear, I don't know, like just on a regular mission, like this is what you want when he's fighting King Shark, because it's huge and it's massive. And speaking of which, even though I don't have King Shark present, here's like Bronze Tiger, and as you can see, you know, it just really kind of levels the playing field in a sense, because he's got the bulkier, more mechanical look, and compared to him, still not bad, but this one just looks so much more bulkier and cooler. So yeah. And then lastly, here's a comparison with Talon, who is also from this wave. So yeah, overall I think this is a pretty cool version of Batman. Even though they haven't been putting out a lot of new sculpts, Spinmaster has been making a lot of these Batmans, and you know, it's kind of coming down to the point which, you know, it's getting a little ridiculous in a sense, all the different Batman variants, and I don't think I'm going to pick up every single one of them. I don't think a lot of people are, and I think that's what Spinmaster is going for, you know, especially with the variant idea. I think they're kind of trying to do just characters that like people like, and maybe just ones not necessarily everybody has to pick up, but ones they want to pick up. And I think this Batman definitely fits that category. Like, you know, say you don't like the armored Batmans that have been coming out previously, well, now there's this guy. And I'm going to be honest, I like this one. This might be my favorite armored Batman that they've done, just because it looks really cool. And yeah, thank you for watching. Please rate, like, and subscribe.